Knowing your Kingston Commons lot has great meaning to landowners in Saugerties. It is a template for understanding the unique roots and responsibilities of this community. There are two things that every landowner should know about their Kingston Commons lot. Both, in a way, have to do with history. In 1804, when the first Commons lot was sold, nearly 5 generations of Kingston inhabitants only knew this land as an open commons. Ownership of a divided lot was troubling to their belief in this common right of access. That concern is addressed with a clause written into each and every deed. The clause reads, "Accepting and reserving the privilege of a free road not to exceed 12 feet in breadth for the benefit and accommodation of the freeholders and inhabitants of the said town of Kingston to pass and repass over the said lot of land." The deed passes to the new owner all rights to sell this lot except as herein before accepted. This clause extended a right of the commonality into the future. Does this mean there are no private property rights in Saugerties? To the extent that a historically recognized road exists, yes. An historic road is whatever historically has given access to or across a Kingston Commons lot. There can be no legal reversion of a right to use one of these historic roads. Our earliest maps are a web of the right-of-ways of these earliest deeds, making the ones most commonly used a solid part of our history. The deeds to Kingston Commons lots are a warehouse of information on the who and what of our history up to the early 19th century. For tracing place names and doing genealogical searches, they are a treasure trove. First, lots were only sold to long-standing, multi-generational inhabitants, so the names on these deeds are a record of their identity. Second, the survey descriptions in the deeds often include period names of landmarks such as hills, valleys, marshes, watercourses, roads, and even schoolhouses. It is rare for the 18th and early 19th century to have records capable of pinpointing locations with the accuracy the Kingston Commons lots make possible. An example, lot number 4 in the 3rd class is located where today State Route 212 to Woodstock zigs to miss a white barn on the roadside and zags back to avoid a stream and waterfall, both just feet from its edge. Lots 3 and 4 are sold together in a trustee's deed from 1804 that includes in its text reference to a 1789 survey overlaying these lots that already belong to this purchaser, William Castle. This earlier deed only gives a location of in the Blue Hills and uses landmarks of a road, a waterfall, and the name of the stream the waterfall is on as the Flykill. Vague descriptions are typical in early deeds. But now, plotting this 1789 survey is possible because its location has been linked to lots 3 and 4 in the 3rd class. The precise grid of the Kingston Commons confirms that the open field at the White Barn and the road that now is State Route 212 skirting the waterfall are continuous parts of Saugerties landscape dating back to the earliest times in our history. To sum up, Saugerties is very unique as a research environment. With this knowledge of the Kingston Commons lots, it is possible to trace the lineage of not just the legal title to land precisely, but also the true location and actual heritage and rights attached to the landscape that land occupies.